Så, kära vänner, då var mötet igång. Så härligt att se er allihopa.
Underbart.
Och vi ser också att veckans gäst har anslutit, vilket kändes extra bra. Det kan alltid vara sådär med lite tidsskillnad och så. Ja,
precis. Det är jättehärligt.
Så vi tänkte bara att vi skulle köra lite grann nu i början lite på svenska. Men för att Phran ska hänga med i vad vi pratar om, så tänkte jag att vi ska skifta över till engelska. Det får bli lite svengelska, lite svenska och engelska och sådär lite blandat. Okay.
Och innan vi startar så vill vi berätta för er och uppmana er. Skriv gärna i chatten. Ni är så välkomna att skriva tankar eller funderingar eller frågor eller så att ni får lov att engagera er hur mycket ni vill. Det är bara kul.
We just told everyone to write something, some questions or whatever in the chat. So maybe to you, so you can answer it if you want to, or to us or to anyone. So that's it.
Yes.
I'm going to do some short presentation of you in Swedish, Phran. So you don't know what I'm going to say, okay?
Just listen and enjoy.
Yeah. Ni kanske redan har läst att Phran är ju nära vän till oss båda sedan ett antal år tillbaka. Och jag träffade Phran första gången i USA när jag gick en utbildning för James Twyman till Soul Manifestation Coach. Och förutom en otrolig utbildning så var det också fantastiska möten. Och det mötet som berörde mig mest, det var med Phran. Phran är en skön kvinna på 80 bast som bor i USA. Och hon blev min mentor under programmet och efter programmet. Och är väl fortfarande både mentor och vän och extra mamma och allt möjligt. Phran är välutbildad, kan jag säga. Hon inom såväl det område som vi jobbar inom det andliga, men nu det är, och det är ett jättebrett område, men det hon gör mest är nog vigslar som är lite annorlunda uppbyggda än vad man tänker vigslar i Sverige. Hon är ju minister, det vill säga motsvarande, eller reverend som också är motsvarande präst, kan man säga. Men i alla andra länder i världen, höll jag på att säga, förutom Sverige, så är det ju så här att man kan vara minister eller präst i ett annat land och viga folk på riktigt och utifrån mer andliga principer snarare än religiösa. Så och Phran besöker, det finns en kyrka i USA som heter Unity som är ganska oreligiös men väldigt, väldigt andlig. Där många trosuppfattningar kan mötas och där hon gör sitt aktiva arbete som healer och så. Så det kändes extra bra att bjuda med Phran.
Ja, det gjorde det verkligen.
So Phran, I just said I love you. That's all. Yeah. So I'm thinking of maybe you should start to
start the meeting.
Start a meeting.
Okay, I will. And just shortly, I will start a meeting with a small poem that I found today on Facebook, and I thought it was so wonderful. So I wanted to share it with you. It's called Fear, and it is Khalil Gibran that's been writing it. Wonderful man from the beginning, from the 1900th century. It goes like this. It's said that before entering the sea, a river trembles with fear. She looks back at the path she has traveled, from the peaks of the mountains, the long winding road crossing forests and villages. And in front of her, she sees an ocean so vast that to enter there seems nothing more than to disappear forever. But there is no other way. The river cannot go back. Nobody can go back. To go back is impossible in existence. The river needs to take the risk of entering the ocean, because only then will fear disappear. Because that's where the river will know it's not about disappearing into the ocean, but of becoming the ocean.
Wow.
I think it's so beautiful and amazing, and I love how I can relate to it, and how everybody can relate to fear. When we are looking back, we see all the mountains of fear and maybe disappointments and things we have gone through. And when we're going forward, we don't know what's coming. So we have to go out in the unknown and be one with it. That's the only way.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, me too.
And I also love how Khalil was an Arabic mystic.
Yes, he was.
And it's so interesting to watch or to read or to read mystic lyrics or text, because it's often symbolic. It's a symbolic writing, always symbolic writing, and it's because there is no language, there is no form for oneness or for God or for whatever. So it's the symbolic way to talk about the truth, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So I really love that, and it's so interesting you found that, because earlier today I was reading A Course in Miracles. I know I've been shown this before. I know Phran is familiar with it too. And it was so interesting because I'm going to read something. I'm going to read it in Swedish, because the language in this is hard to understand in English, at least from me. So I will take this in Swedish first. Och det handlar om, det här är begreppsförklaringarna i Kurs i mirakler. Och Kurs i mirakler är ju, som ni förhoppningsvis kanske känner till eller inte, spelar ingen roll. Det är ju en andlig psykologi, kan man säga. Det är ett sätt att slipa ner egot och komma in i ettheten, in i oneness. Och boken använder ju ord som jag skulle säga vi i Norden kanske rent generellt. Vi hänger upp oss på ord som Gud och Jesus och heliga ande och så. Och det är så intressant eftersom det just i den här boken är symboliska ord. Det är inte den Gud eller heliga ande eller Jesus som vi har hört talas om tidigare inom till exempel institutionerna, inom kyrkan, inom religionerna. Och det är det som är så intressant med mystikerna, för de kan aldrig inrätta sig i institutionerna. De är alltid fria i sin andlighet. Och Kurs i mirakler är också helt fri i den andligheten. Så det jag ska läsa nu, det handlar lite grann om den här boken som är en studiebok för resten av livet, kan man säga. Det är ingenting man läser i sommarstolen och sen är klar. Det står så här: alla ord är potentiellt kontroversiella, och de som söker kontrovers kommer att finna den. Men de som söker klarläggande kommer också finna det. De måste emellertid vara villiga att bortse från kontrovers och förstå att den är ett försvar mot sanningen i form av en fördröjningsmanöver. Teologiska överväganden som sådana är av nödvändighet kontroversiella eftersom de beror på en övertygelse och därför kan accepteras eller förkastas. Och sen kommer det riktigt intressanta. En universell teologi är omöjlig. Men en universell upplevelse är inte endast möjlig utan nödvändig. Det är mot denna upplevelse som kursen riktar sig. Så Jag tror jag ska ta det i engelska också så att Phran hänger med. I'm gonna take this short, briefly in English too. I was reading from A Course in Miracles and about clarification of terms. And it's like this: all terms are potentially controversial, and those who seek controversy will find it. Yet those who seek clarification will find it as well. They must, however, be willing to overlook controversy, recognizing that it is a defense against truth in the form of a delaying maneuver. Theological considerations as such are necessarily controversial, since they depend on belief and can therefore be accepted or rejected. A universal theology is impossible, but a universal experience is not only possible but necessary. So I think this matched so great what you was reading, this poem. It's symbolic, but everyone understands the symbol of it. Because there's no rejection about it. But if he put in God or Jesus or the prophet or Buddha or whatever, there could be rejection immediately. It's so interesting, isn't it?
Really?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So, from that, from us to Phran.
No, I so much want to hear what Phran wants to tell us.
Yeah.
To talk to us about.
What arises in you. Yeah. So now we can hear you all, Phran.
Does everyone understand English?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Because I can't translate. Once it's out of my mouth, it's out of my mouth and it's gone. The poem by Khalil, which is one of my favorites, the poem about the river going into the ocean, that was so perfect. And of course, this is a great time of fear across the world because of the coronavirus. And this is exactly where we are. We're stepping into that oneness. And am I going to disappear? But you don't disappear. You just become more. Just talking about the river and the ocean. With A Course in Miracles, you could pick anything apart. The part about theology you'll never have a universal theology. Never, never, never. What is the best pizza? What is the best spaghetti sauce? What is the best way to make eggs? No one is going to agree. No, the other way around. Everyone, there is never a thing that everyone is going to agree on. But the experience, we know the feeling of fear, and it's different in each one of us. But it's the same in its differentness. We know what chocolate tastes like. Do you love it? Do you hate it? We know the feeling of love. We know the feeling of crying. What makes you cry? That's all different. We know the feeling of pain. But is a little pinprick a pain? Is a broken arm pain? Is someone dying a pain? Is someone being born a pain? We all have different ways to measure that. So and I think it's really irrelevant, to tell you the truth. The idea is to experience it. The idea is the experience, and it's not the feelings of the ego. It's not emotions. That's totally different. It's the feeling of us as spiritual beings, the blending of the human and the divine. We're human beings. We have a beingness to us. And that's what we're here for, to experience this world. People are having such a hard time right now. And for myself, I feel like I'm on this wonderful vacation. I can do, of course, I always do what I want anyway, but this is even more so. I don't have to do anything. All of the things that I've signed up for, or that I have to teach, or I have to be there, or go and do, it's all canceled. I can walk in my neighborhood and enjoy the blueness of the sky, stay out as long as I like, watch the leaves blowing in the trees with the wind, noticing when it stops, just drinking in this beautiful, incredible planet. This is what we're here for, to enjoy yourself. Suffering is always optional. And I gave that up a long time ago.
Yeah. Wow. Exactly. I do agree. We do. I think we both do agree.
True. Yeah. So true. Yeah.
What is interesting, I think, is it's not. And I know A Course in Miracles being a subject for discussions and intellectual discussions. It's all, and that's just ego. And I know there's a new book now coming. It's been in your country for some years, I think, and I know you've been studying some of it or the whole of it. And it's coming to Sweden too, and it's called A Course of Love. And that's because you're talking about emotions, you're talking about feeling, you're talking about experience. And A Course of Love is the experience from love, from the heart, right?
And yes, absolutely.
I know
absolutely.
you love that book.
I do. I've gone through it 3 times already with the initial group that we were all on the phone because we were in different parts of the country. We met once a week on the phone. Then I had a group at my house, and that was 1.5 years. And now I'm on the end of it, going through it again myself, just by myself. And that's different from A Course in Miracles. The Course in Miracles was meant to be a mind washing, a brainwashing of breaking the thought processes of the ego.
Yeah.
And A Course of Love is uniting the mind and the heart together. So now that's where the human and the being comes together. So yeah, I love The Course of Love. Yeah, that to me is I cannot say. The first word that wanted to come out of my mouth was superior. It is not superior. It's different. A Course in Miracles is an essential book.
Yeah.
And A Course of Love is the next step.
Yeah. We have both it, so I've been starting reading it. So probably in a year or so, 2 maybe, I was sitting here and talking about A Course of Love. Yeah, I think.
I'm waiting for it to come out in Swedish. I want to read it in Swedish.
Yeah.
So it's on its way. We don't know when yet, no. But it's on its way. And Anneli wonders who wrote that book, A Course of Love. Do you know
Mari
that?
Phran. Mari Phran. M-A-R-I. Mari Phran. P-E-R-R-O-N-E.
Ah, okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And the story is kind of the same. It's a channeling under, I think, 3 years. And from the voice, she recognizes Jesus. That's correct. Yeah. But it's not. Yeah. Still, I'm just saying it's not the same Jesus we usually talks about or think about. It's something. It's the energy of that Christ energy, right?
Yes, and there's a lot of speculation that the way A Course in Miracles is written, there seems to be different modes of writing throughout the book. Like it was coming out of this mouth, and then it was coming out of this mouth, and then it was coming out of this mouth. There's different thought processes. And I don't find that in A Course of Love.
Oh, interesting. Well, we better check it out.
Yeah. Yes.
So these times we're living in right now, you were talking about it's a great break for you, I suppose, and you're just enjoying. And I would say that is a kind of possible for all of us. whatever, if it doesn't matter if we work or doesn't work, or if we are 30 or 100, 10 or whatever, it's a choice, isn't it? It's a choice to stay in the awareness of the pure awareness, the pure consciousness, isn't it? So what's that for you? How do you do that or not do that?
By staying in the moment.
Yeah.
This right now is what I have. Anything that has gone on before is the past, and that's what people feel guilty over. And then what is coming up, no one knows what is coming up. That's where the worry is. But right now in this moment, look at this beautiful moment with all of these incredible people that have come together for this time. This is perfect. It doesn't get better than this. That's how I strive to live every moment. Now, is it always like that? No, it can't be. You have day, you have night, you have up, you have down. But I have discovered they are not opposites. They are like hot and cold. It's measured on one thermometer. It's just a different end. If you have a top, you have to have a bottom. If you take away that top, you now have a new top. You take away the bottom, you have a new bottom. You always have a top and a bottom. They're not opposites. So it's how you want to look at it. So to me, it's not opposites. We're not different. We are different, but we're separate, but we're not separate. We just look separate. Like the fingers on my hand, they're separate, but you can't take off one finger. If I take off this finger and put it on the counter, it's nothing. It's dead. It's united by the hand. So we're all, even though we look all separate, we're all united. We're all in our separate places on the screen, but we're on one screen. This is one gathering.
Exactly. And that's why where the mind struggles, isn't it? Okay, so we say, okay, we're one, and the mind says, no, we're not. You're there, I'm here. But when you show your hand, we always use our hands too to show, to talk about the fingers, and like the souls and God, or the source, whatever you call it. It's a symbolic way of saying things, and when you do that, it hits your heart, doesn't it? But if we talk about there is no separation, you're not there, I'm not here, the mind says, what? So the difference is to talk like you do now, in the symbolic way, and I love there is no up and there is no down, but they're always up and down in the same time, isn't it?
One day is a night and a day. That's the whole day. The east and the west, that makes one world. And the north and the south, you have they appear different, but that's what it's all about. I mean, you can't always eat corn. You have to throw peas in there and broccoli and potatoes every once in a while. You know, it's all food, but it's all different. Exactly. And each one, the thumb can do something, and each finger has a different job to do. Who can write? Who can read? Who can sing? Who can dance? Who can hammer in a nail? Who could drill a hole? We need all of these people to do all of these different things. So we're all important and we're all necessary in our differences. We can't all be the same.
Exactly.
So boring.
And that's interesting too, because if we all, the broccoli doesn't say to the carrot with some judgment, you're less worth than I am. But that's how we human beings sometimes say, because we say, well, we are spiritual, we're the good people, but the bad people are. So we separate us from each other by judgmental thinking, or value some actions better or worse or whatever. So, but if we are, like you said, in the moment, in the ministry of the moment, there can't be any judgmental, can there?
Well, you could try.
Yeah.
But that's another key, though. Judgment.
Yeah.
It's to not judge. You know, if I don't like broccoli, I just don't like broccoli. I'm not judging it as being bad or unworthy. It's just not my preference.
Mm-hmm.
So if I don't like to be in someone's company, I just don't want to be in their company. They're not good or bad. I just don't want to be in their company. My preference.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah,
I think Jarek have a question for you, and he's writing like this. What is your best advice for this new and upcoming time? It feels like nothing will be as it was before. What do you say about that, Phran?
Thank goodness for that. The Beatles had a song many years ago, and it is still the most valid thing, and it's exactly what we need. And the song was, what the world needs now is love.
Yeah.
The more you play into the fear, the more you're afraid. Oh, what's going to happen? Am I going to have money? Am I going to have food? Am I going to have a job? You're pulling in that negative energy. If you can say, I have a body, I'm breathing, my feet touch the ground, I don't care what size you are, and you see goodness. It's not even, it's not even goodness. It's not about goodness and badness. It really isn't. I don't see goodness and badness. It's what you feel inside. The more love you feel, the more love you can send out. That's what's going to change the world. We are right now on the crux. This is the most magnificent time to be on this earth. I knew 2020 was going to be a master year. You get two numbers the same, you turn 33, 44, 55. 2020, master year of the universe. This is what we have been waiting for. We're either going to kill ourselves off, or the consciousness has got to change.
Yeah.
It has got to change. This is how we do it. Everybody's going to stop. Everybody stop. The world is on stop. When has the world ever been on stop? We're on stop. And it's going, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing with yourself? What are you doing with today? And we have to start thinking now, what do I want to do with my life? Who am I? How do I feel? So it's all about yourself. And we're all pulled apart to be separated, and look at how we're getting together. We're getting together more now than we ever did before. People calling people emailing, letter writing, sending packages. We're getting together more now in our separation. There's a miracle.
Exactly. I do agree. And it's so interesting because this 2020, this master year, the mind thinks this is all crap happening. Why? It should be a rising great world, but it's and I can see it sometimes in spiritual people writing on Facebook or other places, but we can't jump over the shit. We can't jump over it because then we create a spiritual overlay, and we've been doing that with all light and love and like that, and still judging things. So we have to go through this shit to. I can say shit, can I? I do it. Shit. Yeah.
We've done it before when we were speaking.
So it's fertilizing the growing, the plants, right? So what's happening, it has to stop. So it is a master year, and it is full of shit, and it's great.
Yeah, that is the best fertilizer ever.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And what happens to a seed when you plant it? You put it in the dark. There's no light. There's nothing around. It's in the dark. It's in the shit. And then the shell has to crack. The seed has to give itself up. And then how does it know to send the roots down and to send the leaves up? I don't know, but it does that. And then you have to rain on it. You have to drown it. You have to crack it. You have to put it in the dark. And you need a little scoop of shit. And then you have this big, massive, wonderful tree or plant or juicy tomatoes.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going right now. That's what we're doing right now. We're growing. We have to crack and grow without judging.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's
So,
amazing.
I think there are some more in the chat. Someone is writing, A Course of Love, there are chapters for free, 24 chapters to read and 8 for listening. Maybe in Swedish. I don't know if that's the...
I don't know.
Maybe that's... Yeah, that should be like that. And I think Jarek is writing, change in which direction? More love, more understanding each other. So it's more like a change in which.
It's like a question to you, Phran, on what you were talking about. Did you understand the question?
No.
He asked, you were talking about change. The world is changing.
Yes.
And he is asking, change in which direction? Is it more love? Is it more understanding each other? Or is it something else?
Yes. That's my answer. Yes.
Yes. Yes. That's a good answer.
Up to each one of us.
Yeah.
Up to each one of us. If enough of us, you know of the 100th monkey syndrome? Do you know what that is?
I don't know.
No. Tell us.
There was an island, this big island, and it was inhabited by a lot of monkeys, but they were all in little groups, group here, group there, group there. They just were in their own territory. And this one monkey decided it didn't like the dirt on the food, whatever it was eating, a piece of fruit, and it went down to the water and it washed the fruit first, washed the dirt off, and then it ate it. And another monkey saw him doing that, and then another monkey tried it, and another monkey tried it, and they all started doing that. They all started washing their fruit. By the time the 100th monkey had washed the fruit before it ate it, on the other side of the island, a monkey started. The vibration, so to speak, traveled.
Mm-hmm.
When enough, and I understand it is only 1%, it's not 10%. When 1% of anything changes, it'll affect the whole population.
Yeah.
So,
Is that called the butterfly effect?
it could be. It might be. I'm not sure on that. When a butterfly flaps its wings over here, then there's a storm over here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So if there are enough of us that give up fear and give up judging and criticizing and comparing and just send out love, you don't even have to talk to anyone. You're in your own house now. Just connect with your heart, feel the love, let that love fill your whole body, let it pour out of you, and then send it. You could play with it. Put it in a ball, make a snowball out of it, make a popcorn ball out of it, make a rubber ball out of it, and throw it to India, and throw it to Afghanistan, and throw it to the United States, and throw it to Alaska, and to Switzerland, and just send love. That's it.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
Ego makes things complicated. Spirit is very simple. Just send love. That's it.
Yeah. The ego says, well, I can do that, but I want to see you doing it first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the ego says, I don't know how to do that.
Exactly.
Come on.
Yeah.
Hug yourself. You'll see how to send it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah. So Jarek is writing here. Good answer. Many thanks. Yeah.
He thinks your name is Charlotte,
Well,
but it's wrong.
well, it is
But
Charlotte
it's
too.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe
yeah.
it is Charlotte.
And her
too.
name is Jai
Yeah.
and Jaco and Ingo.
Yes.
It's everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's true.
It's beautiful.
So it's good with Charlotte.
Yeah. So it is all about, we can read books, we can study, we can go courses and classes, and we can be here listening, and all of that is amazing. It is great. But it has to come to a point, not tomorrow, not next week. It has to come to a point now. Yeah. To act now. And the action could be doing nothing but be aware of that love that is our essence, and just send it out. And
That's it.
yeah, but action also is taking action in every step, in every moment, from now, when this meeting is over, in the morning, at work or at school, at home. Be the change in the world. I'm always thinking about Gandhi, who said, you must be the change you want to see in the world. He said must. And
Have to.
we have to, because and you don't have to, but I have to. If you want to, it's your decision. But it's so easy to take the decision, isn't it? Is that conscious choice always?
Well, if you are constantly filling yourself with that love, breathing it in to your heart, the heart itself is a symbol of love, and then letting that love fill your body and let it come out of your pores. You walk down the street, you're going to get reactions. People are going to feel that love. You don't even have to do it. That is actually the action. That's what you're doing. You're letting the love come out, and it's going to get felt. People have actually, they have walked out of a store and stopped and turned around and opened up the door for me. You know, it's because they didn't realize I was behind them when they walked out and they let the door go. They'll actually stop and turn around and come back and open the door. It's like, whoo, I guess they felt that.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
So you're sending it out. There's your action. You have to send it out.
Yeah.
But you have been given a life, and you have to treat your life well and treat yourself well. I'm my own best friend. I'm with myself 24/7, and boy, I better like myself, because I'm never going to get away from me. I'm always there. And if there's a thought I don't like in my head, it's like a weed in my garden. Pull it out. Don't leave it. Don't leave it there. You don't put it in there. Take it out. And then I change my mind. A Course in Miracles says that. Choose again. And that's what it is. You don't like that thought? You're afraid of something? Be afraid. If you're afraid, be afraid. When you're finished with that feeling, choose again. Choose again. There are no bad feelings. There's only the ones that you try to block. Everything needs to be felt and let it go.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the river.
Yeah.
It's going to keep going. Let it go. Don't hold anything. Let it go.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, it's like that. And it's nothing you can plan.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, plan. Oh, sure. Yes.
Exactly.
Go right ahead.
And that's so interesting, because sometimes we take a decision maybe in the morning and planning for the day. Today I'm going to be the best version of myself. And I go to the car and it won't start. And I say, like that. it doesn't happen to me anymore, I promise you, but it had happened. And it's so, what I mean is it's so easy to say, okay, today I'm going to do this and this and this. But you can't, it's not possible to plan your life. It's not possible to plan your emotions. It's not possible to plan who you're going to meet. You can only be in the now, in the moment.
Well, you could set up whatever you want. I have things that I would like to do or desires, but I accept whatever I get.
Exactly.
And figure in whatever I ask for, this is better than whatever I ask for. Whatever I get, and I don't care what it is. Every curse is a blessing in disguise. Mm-hmm. If this didn't happen, then this couldn't happen. And I don't care if you broke your leg. It's going to be the best thing that ever happened to you, because something else is going to come from that.
Yeah, exactly. Because we don't know. We think we might know in the moment that I just broke my leg, but I don't know what would come out of from it.
I wouldn't have to vacuum. I wouldn't have to clean the house. Look at that right there.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought I just broke my arm.
You do?
I don't want to clean.
No.
Yeah. So, wow, wonderful. I see we have about 10-15 minutes left, and I think I'm just gonna, for a minute or two, just mute you, Phran, and ask if there is someone who wants to unmute themselves and say something, maybe. Is that okay, Phran?
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah, me too. So I will mute you now and will ask. Så är det någon som känner att de vill säga någonting, så fixar jag mikrofonen, eller räck upp handen eller skriv.
Och vill ni ställa frågan på svenska eller säg vad ni vill på svenska, så gör det, så ska vi hjälpa er att översätta. Så gott det går.
Ja, precis. Är det någon som känner för att säga någonting, fråga någonting, ta chansen nu. Det är inget farligt. Alla är så beskedliga.
Okay, Jarek speaking.
Hey, hello, Jarek.
Hey. Hi, Jarek. I will unmute Phran so she can talk to you if you're
directly. Yeah.
Talking to her directly.
Of course.
Jarek.
Yes, thank you very much. And I think this is a great opportunity to have you together with us. So I really would like to thank very much for joining from my side and also from the others, I guess. It was a very deep observation about loving yourself, as you mentioned something like we are with ourselves 24/7. And as you mentioned, it is very important to love yourself at the first stage, and without having this feature, it's difficult to love the others. Yeah, I really liked it very much, and also referring to, because I asked about change, in which direction should we have this change, and I almost expected you to say about more love, etc., etc., and that's what you said, and I absolutely totally agree. More understanding and more love, all this stuff, and so it's very important. It's very basic. But because of a lot of rush, as we had before Corona time, and everybody was so busy, occupied, and so on. Now we have much more time to reflect and to think over. And I can really agree with you that it's only a benefit so far. We will see what will come up later on. Of course, our jobs and many other things are questioned, and yeah, it's difficult to foresee exactly what will happen. But as it looks now, I think we can be only thankful for having this, how should I say, great time to think it over.
Well, yes, and everything starts from yourself. Forgiving yourself, accepting yourself, loving yourself, liking yourself. You're not going to find any of that out there. As soon as you find it inside, you're going to find it every place. It doesn't go the other way around.
Exactly.
It always comes from here first.
Exactly. And you are in New York right now, aren't you?
North Carolina.
Okay. And how is it in the US, if we could ask, like
Oh, right now it's I don't know what the temperature would be for you. 70s. What would that be like? 20, 25 centigrade?
I think so. About, yeah.
Beautiful. The sun is shining. The sky is blue, blue, blue. The flowers are all blooming. It's wonderful. Daylight goes from about 6 in the morning until about 8 o'clock at night. So we have a long day, and it's beautiful. The air is fresh. I have my house is surrounded by an oxygen factory. They're called trees. They're called trees.
Forest.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. I think it's interesting because the direction you're talking about, the direction, changing what direction, and you're saying it, and I want to say it again, but with other words. The direction isn't not changing in the outer. It's the direction is to the inside of yourself. That's the change of behavior. That's a change of how we change the world. It's not by going out and just be kind, because the ego can do that. The real change is to go to the inside and find all that love, all that abundance inside, and then you realize what's outside you, and that's just pure love too. The abundance.
Yeah.
There's another little part to that as well, because you look in the mirror and you look at your body and you look at whatever, and you say, well, yeah, but if my hair was more, and I didn't have these lumps and I didn't have these bumps, and my indigestion and my allergies, and it's however you are, and accepting however you are, and loving you just like you are. That's where you start. It's not when I get better or I'm going to be kinder. Just be kind to yourself, and it's easy to do for everybody else.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you, Jarek.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for joining in.
Thank you. I just must say, Phran, that I loved your answer about how it is in the US. Your choice, your immediate choice was to tell about the sunshine and the flowers and the wonderful oxygen, the forest. I just love it.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, that's my world.
That's a choice.
Yeah.
That's your choice. That's your world, and that's your choice. And that's what's so wonderful about it.
And I bet if I went over there to Sweden and I was in your yard, I would have the same world.
Yes.
You would.
Yes.
You would. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's the same but different.
Yep.
Yeah. That's wonderful.
Well, I think it's Lena.
Yes.
Writing. Livet händer ju inifrån oss själva. Well,
life is happening from inside.
Yeah, life is happening from the inside. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
That's
is
so wonderful.
It is where it's happening.
Yes. It is happening from inside and out.
Yeah. So if I project from the ego, the ego is going to be outside here. If I project from love, from the heart, it's going to be out there. And that's an amazing choice to make, because it is so simple. The ego said it's hard, but it is so simple. It just do it. Just do it.
Is it only that? I want to ask Phran, is it only that just do it, to go from hard to simple?
Things are difficult until they're not difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Are you a mystic?
You're given a bicycle and you have no idea how to get your balance, and when you're moving the pedals, and finally you get your balance, and now all of a sudden you could ride standing up, you could ride sitting down, you could ride with no hands, you could put your feet up. Same thing with driving a car. If you start to learn to drive on a shift car, oh my gosh, you have 3 pedals and you have the clutch and you have the shift, and when are you doing this, and you have to stop on the hill before you turn, and now you're back into your sliding, and then you learn how to do it and you don't even think about it anymore. You just drive. Mm-hmm. So it's sort of like that. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't think anymore when they learn how to drive, and then that's why you have an accident. They're not in the present moment. But once you get through it, it's not as hard anymore.
Exactly.
And it's not about being up all the time. It's about getting up.
Yeah.
And in order to get up, you first go down.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what, if everything was even all the time, that would be a flat line. Mm-hmm. And, if you were in the hospital and your monitor had a flat line, you'd be dead.
Probably.
Yeah.
So you're not trying to, everything isn't wonderful and up and fun and laughing. You laugh, you cry, you awake, you're asleep, you sob, you sigh, you smile. The idea is to feel everything, but don't hold on to it. Cry, let it go. Laugh, let it go. That's where the fun is.
Exactly. Yeah. And also, if you are a child and you get your first bicycle and you fall off, you will get up again. You won't stop. And it's the same here. Don't stop. It's a dedication, or whatever you would like to call it. You never stop. You do it again and again until it's working. And when it's working, you don't think about it anymore. Then it's easy.
Yeah.
So, but if you stop, that's the problem.
Right.
Yeah.
So you have to push yourself. You have to find your inner drive.
Right. When you're going through hell, keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, on a bicycle.
Yeah.
Don't stop and buy real estate there. Don't buy a house there. Just keep going.
Yeah. Don't buy a house in hell.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah. Bye-bye.
That's wonderful.
Jaco.
Yeah, you can write. Okay. Jaco is asking you, Phran, how do you learn to find love from inside? How do you act, and what different kind of techniques do you techniques to use to find right?
Well, there's a simple question. Now, what do I do? Okay, one of the most important things I do is to meditate. And in meditating, I don't know how else to say it. I hook up. I have come to, because I've lived a long time. I have lived in this body more than anyone else on this call have lived in this body. So it's taken me many, many, many years. I always wanted, when I was much younger, to be accepted. If you can't understand me, can you at least accept me? And then I learned how to accept myself. Now I'm accepted because I accept myself first, and everybody accepts me. If you want love, you have to find love in yourself. Love cannot be taught. Love is actually who you are. But we don't believe we're who we are because the ego tells you you're nothing. You're not enough. You're stupid. You got to work hard. You failed again. You fell down. The ego tells you that.
Mm.
It wants you dead. And the stupidest thing is, if you did something and you died, then the ego just killed itself. I mean, the whole thing is insanity, which is what A Course in Miracles brings out. We live in an insane world. It's actually insane.
Yeah.
So we're trying to make sense. We're trying to make the illusion real and then fix it.
Yeah.
You can't do that. The only thing real is love.
Yeah.
It says in the beginning of A Course in Miracles, the opposite of love is fear. The opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is fear.
Mm-hmm.
But that which is all encompassing can have no opposite.
Mm.
So fear is the illusion.
Yeah.
Which do you want to buy into? And I finally found love. And I discovered it's what's inside. That is the spark of the creator, the energy. You can call it energy. I prefer calling it love. But energy and love, it's the same thing. And it's in everything. It's in the air, it's in the water, it's in the trees, it's in wiggly worms, and we need all of it. Everything is needed, everything has a purpose. You don't have to like it all. You don't. I don't really like cockroaches. But accept them. And when you look in the mirror, you have a bump, you have a lump. Oh, I got a bump and a lump. I'm still good. I'm okay.
Yeah.
So it's fine. I can't teach love. Love cannot be taught. It's connecting with yourself. It's understanding that you are more than what you appear. The outside really doesn't matter that much.
Mm.
It's what you have inside.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's loving yourself.
Yeah.
So when I meditate, I now understand I am God, creator, being Phran. I am not Phran being God. No, ever. But yes, God being Phran. So I get up in the morning and say, what do we do today, God? And I could feel that vibration in my body. It's a physical feeling, but it's taken me many years to get here. You could do it in an instant if you want. You could. It just took me a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we have
So wonderful.
we have this life or next life or whatever life, but it is amazing, and I just love to listen to you. I don't want to break up this meeting. I think we're gonna do a 4-hour meeting tonight.
Well, good thing I started out at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's wonderful. I think we all love to listen to you, Phran, so very much. And even Eva Karin, she writes here, come to Sweden, Phran. And we have talked about it. We have talked about it. We want you to come, and you're coming.
Mm.
But we
we just have to set it up.
Don't know when yet, but
Exactly.
you are.
Yeah. Ska vi läsa resten också?
Ja, det kan du göra.
I'm going to read some more from Lisbeth. Thank you for this beautiful meeting. Love, love, love. And from someone whose name is iPad. Just joking. I don't know who it is. I must say, I love your energy, Phran, and your wonderful, easy peasy way to explain things. It just sounds so simple. I hope Jai and Samya will invite you to Sweden so we can talk to you more. Thank you so much for your wisdom. Yeah, amazing. Wow. And Jaku's writing, thank you very much, lovely. And Madeleine's also writing, thank you, and a heart.
Tina. It's from Tina.
Yeah.
iPad.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I can see that now.
Wonderful.
Tina Henry. Thank you, Tina. And Jarek, again, many, many thanks. So you're writing all now. Thank you. It's beautiful.
Yeah, this is so wonderful. We're definitely going to have you invited here for more times, Phran.
There is one more very deep spiritual thing that I have to impart.
Yeah.
And it's so deep. It's deeper than my heart. It's deeper than it's my feet. Do you see my socks?
Yeah.
See, they're both different. These are my Samya socks.
Yeah. That's deep.
That's deep. It's down to my feet. That's how deep it is. It's
Yeah.
past my heart.
Yes. We are.
So whenever I wear these socks, both feet are different. I don't know if you can tell that. See, that's one.
Yeah.
Now we got it. Left
And
one.
that's the other.
Yeah.
So that way I could tell the left from the right.
Oh, that's
So we
what
don't get confused.
you're still going strong, Phran.
I am.
Well,
Yeah.
we love you and we love your Samya socks.
Yeah.
And we love
We really
having
love
you here. I hope we can do this again.
We'll tell everybody that we're sock sisters, you and me.
We are. See,
Yeah.
that's deeper than soul sisters. We're sock sisters.
Sock sisters. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I think I was going to read some from Karina. She says, when the ego step aside, the heart speaks, and love, and the love inside of us. Well, I think she wrote some.
Maybe new.
Yeah, maybe new. I don't know, but it's beautiful.
The love inside us is new.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wonderful.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Phran.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much for being with us, Phran.
Yeah.
We love you.
And you know, on Monday we're having a new meeting. We're going to do that in Swedish. If you want to join in, Phran, we can. Maybe you learn some Swedish. I don't know. Well, whatever. Well, see you tomorrow, Phran, on Skype. Okay.
Okay.
And
Okay.
everybody else, allihopa andra, stort tack för ikväll. Vi ses på måndag 7:30, hoppas jag. Ni är varmt välkomna att höra av om ni vill vara med då.
All kärlek.
Peace and love.
Love
and
to
blessings.
you all. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.